Tardigrades. Nature's cheat code. If Earth had an apocalypse tomorrow, cockroaches would die and tardigrades would still be here, probably running the place. These microscopic water bears look like squishy little space sausages with legs. Cute? Yes. Soft? Absolutely. Easy to kill? Nope. When things get bad, no food, no water, maybe you accidentally nuke the planet, tardigrades just stop. They curl up into a ball called a ton, shut down almost all life functions, replace most of their water with sugar, and basically say, "Wake me when Netflix drops season 3 of whatever." In this state, they can survive 30 years without food or water. We've boiled them, frozen them, dried them, blasted them with radiation, even launched them into space. They just wake up later and keep going. Basically, they're the I don't need your rules kids of biology. Crocodiles, the ultimate lazy kings. You ever see a crocodile just lying there, not moving for what feels like forever? That's not laziness. It's strategy. Crocodiles have insanely slow metabolisms and can lower their heart rates to 2 beats per minute if food is scarce. A croc can survive up to a year on one decent meal. One good-willed wild beast. That's basically an all-you-can-eat buffet for months. Imagine eating one Thanksgiving dinner and saying, "Yeah, I'm good till next year." That's crocs. Camels, the OG desert survivors. You knew camels would be here. They're basically the mascots of not eating or drinking. But here's the thing. Those humps don't hold water. They hold fat. Like nature's emergency backup battery. A well-hydrated camel can go 2 weeks without water and months without food. Their blood cells are oval, so they still flow when dehydration turns your blood into slush. They can even lose a quarter of their body water, a level that would straight up kill you, and keep walking. Meanwhile, we're out here panicking when Starbucks runs out of oat milk. Before you go back to your snack-filled, water-sipping life, slam that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell icon because these animals can go months without food. But you can't go a week without good content. Snakes. Snakes, the intermittent fasting masters. Snakes are basically on keto 24/7. Many, like pythons and boas, can go months without eating after one big meal. How? They shut down their digestive system when not in use. Some reduce their metabolism by over 70%. There's even a python on record that didn't eat for 2 years in captivity and lived just fine. So yeah, next time someone brags about intermittent fasting, tell them snakes did it first and better. Penguins. Emperor penguins, the ultimate dad bod move. Imagine standing in Antarctica, holding an egg on your feet, not eating or drinking for 2 months while temperatures hit -60 degrees Celsius. That's what male emperor penguins do every breeding season. They live entirely off stored fat, losing half their body weight while keeping the egg warm. Meanwhile, the females are out at sea eating sushi buffets. Equal parenting? Not so much. Commitment? Absolutely. Wood frogs. Wood frogs. The frozen time travelers. Wood frogs don't just stop eating, they stop living, kind of. In winter, they literally freeze solid. Their hearts stop, their blood stops moving, and they're basically frog popsicles. They use glucose as antifreeze, protecting cells from ice damage. Come spring, they thaw, hop away, and act like nothing happened. Basically, they're pulling a Captain America, freeze for months, wake up like, okay, what year is it? Sharks, the fasting predators. Great white sharks and tiger sharks, absolute fasting legends. After a big meal, say a whole seal, they can coast for weeks, even months, burning fat stored in their massive livers. One tagged great white swam for 45 days without eating. Imagine running a marathon every day on one meal from 6 weeks ago. That's shark life. Bears. Bears hibernating like pros. During hibernation, bears don't eat, drink, pee, or poop for up to 7 months. They live entirely off body fat and even recycle waste products into new proteins to prevent muscle loss. When they wake up, they've lost 30% of their weight, but are ready to walk away like nothing happened. Basically, they're doing the world's longest juice cleanse, but without drinking the juice. Lungfish. Lungfish, the 4-year nap. Meet the lungfish. freshwater fish that can breathe air and pull off one of the most extreme fasting tricks. When their lakes dry up, they burrow into mud, secrete a mucus cocoon, and go into a deep dormancy called estivation. They can survive for years without food or water, living off their own muscle tissue until the rains return. That's not just survival. That's "I'll see you in half a decade" world. Spiders. Spiders, waiting games. Many spiders, like tarantulas, can survive months or even years without food. Some female tarantulas in captivity have gone 2 years without eating and were still healthy. They rely on slow metabolisms and store moisture from whatever meal they eventually catch. Basically, spiders invented work-from-home energy long before we did. "I'll sit here until something falls into my web, or next year, whatever." Hummingbirds. Hummingbirds, the emergency sleep mode. Normally, hummingbirds eat constantly. Their hearts beat over 1,000 times per minute. But if food isn't available, they enter torpor, a kind of mini hibernation that drops their metabolism by 95%. In torpor, they can survive overnight or even longer, essentially running on emergency power mode like a phone at 1% battery. Wake up, refuel, and go again. Albatross. Albatross, the long-haul flyer. Albatrosses spend weeks gliding over oceans, barely flapping their wings and rarely eating or drinking. They burn fat reserves and even drink seawater, filtering out the salt through special glands. One tagged albatross traveled 6,000 miles without stopping to feed. That's basically an international flight with no snacks. Spirit Airlines, take notes. Elephant seals. Elephant seals, the no-break diet. Male elephant seals, brutal. During breeding season, they fight for territory and mates while not eating or drinking for up to 3 months. They rely entirely on fat reserves and can lose hundreds of pounds in one season. Imagine competing in a heavyweight MMA tournament while fasting. That's elephant seals. Desert toads. Desert toads, drought mode. Desert toads deal with unpredictable environments by burying themselves and entering a dormancy-like state for years. They rely on fat reserves and slowly absorb stored water until rains return. It's basically them saying, "Wake me when the pool's filled again." Olms. Olms, the cave creepers. Olms are blind salamanders living in deep, dark caves. Their metabolisms are ridiculously slow, and they can survive 10 years without food. 10 years. Scientists think this is because food is rare in caves, so they evolved to just wait. Honestly, if patience were a superpower, Olms would be Avengers level. Galapagos iguanas. Galapagos land iguanas, the seasonal waiters. In dry seasons, these iguanas can go months without food or water, living off fat reserves and drinking from cactus pads when absolutely necessary. It's like they have a built-in seasonal fasting program. See you when it rains. Pelicans. Pelicans, ocean flyers on reserve mode. Pelicans can fast for weeks during migration, relying on fat stores while flying long distances. They also have special salt glands to drink seawater when fresh water isn't available. Who needs bottled water when your face is literally a natural desalination unit? Vampire bats, the flip side. Okay, twist ending. Vampire bats can't survive long without food. They need blood often. But when food is scarce, they have a teamwork hack. Bats regurgitate blood for each other. Basically, they've built a social safety net out of vomit. Weird? Absolutely. Effective? Definitely. Humans. Humans, kind of. Humans can survive weeks without food if hydrated, and about 3 to 5 days without water. But unlike every animal on this list, we're terrible at it. We're built for eating 3 meals a day with snacks in between, and still complain when dinner's late. Scorpions. Scorpions, minimalist kings. Scorpions are hardcore minimalists. Some can go a year without food because their metabolisms are absurdly slow. They don't need to drink either, getting all their water from prey when they finally catch something. So yeah, scorpions are living the true less is more lifestyle. Except less is literally